Hello bees, just a quick update. I'm at the apiary. You can see over there in the background, these are our beehives. We've just been checking on them right now. Let me show you, that board that we've just been cutting, what's the reason and what it's been used for. So, you remember the bases that I told you about, yeah? So this is the actual base or foundation or whatever you want to call it. This is the end result, yeah? So this is the idea. And why I needed that board that I showed you earlier, this board in particular. This is exactly why. I'm using it as a template. Yeah, we use this, so it's a specific size that is going to fit, the frames, and I'll show you why. So we put the base on here, then we create the top, we fold the top like this, we push through, okay? This is going to get cut with a knife around the sides, okay? So the idea is that I'm going to use it like this, okay? Yeah. Okay. Oh God, I'm not sure how I'm gonna hold the phone and do this at the same time, but now what I need to do is, because you see around the side over here we've got this extra space, so I'm gonna cut this extra space over here, and I'm also gonna cut 1/2 centimeter around the bottom as well. Why do we cut 1/2 centimeter around the bottom? The reason being is because we need to make sure we have this gap. You see this gap, right? This is where the bees are going to be going through. They'll be, this is effectively their tunnel, right? You see how it's closed off at the top, yeah? But then we have to make sure they have this tunnel. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to be moving in between the frames and, doing their job. And we don't want to prevent them from doing their job. So what is this, you might wonder? I have shown that to you in the past. So the idea with this is, you're not going to be able to see me doing it because obviously I need both of my hands to do it, but I'm just going to explain it to you in theory and just, show you what's going on now. So this, yeah, let me show you. So we remove this. Imagine this is all cut now and so properly done. Then we put the frame onto here. Hang on, just a sec. There we go. Right, so we have the frame on here, right? Then we put the wax base on here. Then we use those bad boys. One goes and touches this nail here, and the other one goes around here, right? So the idea is that it heats up the whole wiring. You see going through here, it heats it up, and once it's heated up, all I need to do is just push it slightly in there, and effectively this is the end result and what we get. So I've got all of those to do, and that's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. I'm just going to try and very quickly demonstrate to you. Hang on, there is a busy bee right here. Okay, I'm trying to demonstrate to you how all of that has been done, right? So we're using the boards that we had specifically cut for today, right? I showed you earlier. Now we got to fold it round the top. I'll show you why in a bit. There we go. This goes around like this. Then what I need to do is, hang on a minute. Yeah, that's right. That's it. Then we need to cut off the excess. Right, there we go. Never throw away the wax. All of this excess wax is always going to be needed. It can always be reused. Melt it again, and if we have our own matrix, which is effectively a mold, we could be melting the old wax, using the molds, and instead of having to pay for those bases, as we call them, we can be making them ourselves. But everything in its time. When the time comes, we'll do that as well. Okay, so yeah, that's not looking very good. Yeah, that'll be okay. Right, so now I'm gonna push this to the top of the frame. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and do this within 4 minutes, otherwise the file gets too big and I can't send it on Discord. Typical. Right, so I have to hurry up a little bit. Yeah, so this is nicely pushed to the top of the frame. Okay, then we're taking the electrics and we touch both ends of the actual wiring that goes through. Right now you're not going to be able to see the actual net inside, right? But just hang on a minute, you're going to see how when heated up they're going to start appearing through. Just bear with me. There we go, they're starting to appear out. It takes a little bit of time. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we have to gently push it down. Okay. It needs just a little bit more. Alright, gotta hurry up. Yeah, got 25 seconds. Right. There we go. Then what we have to do is then cut the excess around the top. Right. And voila. That is it. You see, we have the little gap at the bottom. And that's it. So bees, what we're doing right now, we're opening one of our corpses. So this is one of our new families, right? So what we're going to do is check on how they're developing, and also we are going to add one of the frames and the new bases that I have just been assembling till now, as I showed you earlier. So right now, yep, as I told you, we're just going to check on them, see how they're doing. Obviously we always work very slowly. Here we go. Check if they're laying eggs. What eggs are they laying? Are they bee workers or are they drones? You see the whitish bit over there? Yeah. You see the little sparkle around the edges? This is already honey in there. So they've been busy. Been working right there. Here we go. Look at these beauties. Waha. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to leave the phone for now and obviously help out and do my bit, guys. So I'll speak to you in a bit. Here we go. Now you see what the idea is now. We put the new one in between. There we go. So it gets kind of prioritized. That was the idea. I'm gonna seal it back, and we're gonna do this for some of the other beehives. Obviously the families that are stronger, and we're gonna give them more place to play around, put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah, they're a bit aggressive right now. And there is me with my protective equipment. Yeah, they're a bit mad. But this is the bigger problem we've got coming from down south. It is gonna pour down any minute now. So we gotta hurry up, man. So just wanted to show you guys how bees measure distance. So this is how they do it. You see inside, yeah? You see how they're holding on to each other? Sorry about that. You see how they're literally holding on to each other. So this is the way they measure the distance that they need to build through. Fascinating.